Hello and welcome to Joy of Books with me, Miss Joy. Today's book is Holes by Louis Sachar. The children's fiction book was released in 1998 and contains 232 pages. Sharing his views on the book today is English teacher TC.
This is an excellent book. There's something in here for everybody. It's a smashing read. It begins, "There is no lake at Camp Green Lake." Well, Stanley Yelnats, the main character, is sent to Camp Green Lake. He thinks it's going to be a wonderful place with greenery and nice water and a lake and a nice summer camp. Well, he's in for a rude awakening because Camp Green Lake is actually a camp for bad boys. So juveniles who have committed crimes are sentenced to do time here if they've been naughty. Well, Stanley has been accused of stealing used sneakers which belonged to a famous baseball player, one Clyde Sweetfeet Livingston. But camp is certainly not fun for Stanley. It's in the Texas heat in America. He's very lonely. He's got no friends there. And at the camp, he's required to dig one hole every day. Now, it's not a little tiny hole. It's a great big 5 foot wide, 5 feet deep hole. And he's been told that he's got to do that every day before the sun goes down. And of course, out in that hot desert, that hard sand, that's a very, very, very big ask for anybody, let alone a young teenage boy. And of course, they're searching for something else there, but the inmates don't really realise that. In fact, the other inmates, the other characters, are far more dangerous than our Stanley. They have all these nicknames which they hide behind. So you've got Magnet, Squid Armpit, X-Ray's another one. And even the adult characters are interestingly named. You've got Mr. Sir, Mr. Pendanski, the kind of counsellor, and this wonderful character, the Warden. Oh, don't want to cross the Warden. That's the number one rule at Camp Green Lake. You've also got these other creatures, such as yellow-spotted lizards. So Louis Sachar, the author, showing wonderful creativity and pure imagination. And I think these really do resonate with young readers and they really capture their imagination. And this, after all, is why we read. One of the most interesting features of the book is its use of dual narrative. So this is where you've got a storyline or storylines happening in the past, which link to the storylines happening in the present. And I really like this because if it's done well in a book, it can be highly effective, as it certainly is here in Sachar's Holes. So it links back to Stanley Yelnats' great-great-great-grandfather, this Elia Yelnats, and this other character kissing Kate Barlow, the legend of this famous outlaw in the Wild West. Yeah, the writing style is very simple, but highly effective. For example, Sachar uses plenty of repetition to emphasize characterization and certain points in the story. He also uses these nice links between the past and the present that we've talked about. He's an American writer, so of course there are many Americanisms. Having taught this for 20 odd years to teenagers in England and around the world, I know that the Americanisms are not too difficult to handle if handled correctly by the teacher, for example. But no doubt about it, it's a wonderful book. There are several key themes in the novel. Friendship is one of the main ones. Of course, Stanley doesn't have any friends at the beginning of the book, but by the end, he's formed a very close friendship with Zero, this illiterate character that he meets at Camp Green Lake. And of course, Camp Green Lake is a juvenile correctional facility, so the themes of crime and punishment are prevalent in this book. Like I say, I've taught this many times, this book, read it many times as well, just for fun. It's just an absolutely charming tale, and it's a true joy to read. There's really no downside to reading anyway, but this book is a must read. Highly recommended. Go and grab it.
Well, thank you very much for your positive review of this splendid children's fiction book, TC. Holes by Louis Sachar is available from all good book outlets.